Hello guys, Arkan here. I just want to take some time to tell you guys that we have a Patreon set up for the channel. It's an additional way you can support us. So I will put the link in the YouTube cards and in the description. Thanks for checking it out and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hello guys, Arkan here. I am the darkness and the light, the flower on the wall, and the resplendent nightfall. Welcome back to Wild Lips. I heard that Marcus's route was updated, so I wanted to check it out. So let's get back to it. Day 5. Fluffiness. You feel something soft brush against your face. It lays still, only reacting to your movements. You know where you are, and whose fur is keeping you warm. Marcus hugs you, keeping you close to him. But that didn't wake you up. The bright morning sun peeking through the blinds, aiming for your eyes, prompts you to wake. You shut your eyes hard in an attempt to hide from the light. To no avail, it's too bright. You can't adjust the blinds. It's out of reach. You'd need to get up, but that'd disturb the wolf lying beside you. With no other choice, you admit defeat against nature's strange methods. You open your eyes to the sight of Marcus's silky smooth gray fur. So smooth. You adjust the position of your head so the light isn't piercing your eyes. You take advantage of the moment to caress him, pressing your hand across his chest and abdomen. Lucas. You can hear him sleep talk. What is he dreaming? More. More? Want me to keep petting you? You keep caressing his body, petting harder this time, digging your fingers through his thick gray fur. You don't mind the request, enjoying the silky feeling. You hear a light snoring. Marcus's cute display doesn't go unnoticed. As you keep the pamper, you notice movement under the blankets. It's probably his foot. I can't see too well due to the sheets. The blankets are too thick to see clearly. I feel... He stops mid-sentence. You find it strange, making you curious to find out about his dream. Going by his sleep talking, it could be anything. Falling, escaping, a fight. You can only wait and caress his soft body until he wakes. But your hand grazes something else besides the fur. What was that? For a brief instant. You lower your touch a bit and... I know what he's dreaming now. Marcus's raging boner gives it away. What the hell, Marcus? Couldn't you dream about a car race or that you're simply getting pampered? But no, it had to be a wet dream. You fight against your own restraint, lifting the blankets to have a good look. His boner is so intense, you're surprised it didn't rip a hole in his underwear. I'm lucky he's wearing spandex, otherwise I'd be witness to a wolf's true potential. You place your hand on top of the thin fabric, feeling his manhood twitch under your touch. What am I even doing? Marcus's expression changes to one of pleasure. His breathing becomes erratic. The blankets keep you so warm, unbearably so. Las mantas os da demasiado calor. I don't know what that means, but I tried to read it as best as I can. You keep rubbing against his member. You feel his whole body tremble, pushing you to continue. Even his waist dances to the rhythm of your touch. I have to stop or I'll wake him up. And why would you do that? At the far corner of the room, you see a vague figure appear, with the voice of your best friend, Julia. It's clear you want this. Your hand hasn't let go even with the scare I just gave you. You can listen to my thoughts, right? Of course. After all, you're just me. Don't stop now. I just wanted to hop in and greet you. What happened to you? Why do you look like that? Because your image of me has changed to that of a monster. They lunge forward, feigning an attack as they laugh. In all truth, I don't know. You just perceive me like this. That's all there is to it. Cleanse your thoughts so my reality is clearer. You try to move your hand away, but she stops you. She materializes in front of you, her hands pressing against yours, keeping them on Marcus. What is that phrase you kept spouting? Always finish what you started? You really like that one. So then, don't be a hypocrite. Sleeping Beauty here seems to be getting close from all the attention. In the blink of an eye, she vanishes from the room. Wait, what? You turn around and stare at Marcus, fully awake by now, looking at the blankets closely. Neither of you move a muscle, yet the stroking doesn't cease. Why is your hand on my dick? The drowsiness prevents you from coming up with a convincing excuse. You try to move away your hand once more, but he stops you, putting his hand above yours and pressing even harder. You're not gonna leave me hanging, ain't you? Marcus, No words will save you this time. Yesterday you shut me down because you were having an episode, but today I can see you're doing well. He moves your hand up and down, stroking his own shaft, bringing pleasure to the wolf. I mean, I am doing better, but... But what? Are you trying to say we should stop because we're not in a relationship? You read my mind. I'm sorry, but... He forces your hand into his boxers, making you grip his chicken, so hard and firm. Today we can make an exception. With one arm still behind you in a tight embrace, he closes in on you, making you massage his length. His eyes desire it, begging you to not stop. Okay guys, so I think the next scenes might be too sexual for me to fully narrate on YouTube again, so you know the drill. I will just skip ahead and provide some previews of the naughty scenes along the way, and after I will give a summary on what they did. So see you in a bit. Okay, so we have another CG of Marcus, and he has erupted, and the wolf cream has splattered and has risen, has exploded. And now we have another CG of Marcus, and the cream has spattered on his face, his chest, and there's some dripping on his chicken, his tool. Marcus gets down on one knee in front of you. Okay guys, so quick summary of what they did. So we saw that Marcus had a boner, a morning wood. He was sporting morning wood. And then Lucas got curious and peeked under the blankets to see what it was when he felt the movement and saw that there was a boner, and he couldn't resist his hand stroking it. And then Marcus woke up at some point, and he liked it. Marcus liked it, and he wanted Lucas to continue. So Lucas continued the hand job on Marcus, and stroking, and then eventually Marcus was building up, and then Marcus climaxed at some point, and he felt an intense amount of pleasure. He liked it, but then Lucas got conscious about the status of the relationship, and here is the aftermath. So we will read about it next. In a good way? You make a meaningless hand gesture. He doesn't get it, neither do you. Maybe I should have stopped. I don't know what to do now. Listen, man, we've done this plenty of times before. I meant what you're thinking right now. You want to know what I'm thinking? Well, that you helped me relieve a lot of stress just now. Is that what you were hiding yesterday? To be honest, it's been a while since I touched myself. The inside of his ears turned bright red, turning his face away. This doesn't make us a couple, if that's what's worrying you. That's one thing. What else? You can tell me anything. What if it comes back? What do you mean? Her? You nod your head. I'll be there to protect you, support you, and do whatever it takes to keep you safe. I might not be the strongest, but I'll be by your side. He tries getting in close for a hug, but you move away. What's wrong? Aren't you forgetting anything? You point at the matted fur on his chest. Oops, sorry. I'll take a quick shower. You can stay in bed as long as you want. I'll bring you some coffee just the way you like it. You still remember that? He jumps off the bed, grabbing his pair of stained boxers along with some clean ones. How could I? I brewed it for you for a month straight. You laugh slightly as he leaves the room. A few minutes later, you hear the shower water splashing on the bathroom floor. While you stay in bed, you grab the blankets from the floor and throw them on top of you, so the sunlight barely reaches you. You want to think about just what you've done. Why did I do that? Why didn't I stop? This doesn't make sense. I rejected him yesterday after my episode, and now I jack him off until he comes? What the fuck is wrong with me? You take the chance to slam your head against the pillow several times before the wolf can return from a shower. Was that the right choice? Marcus himself said this doesn't amount to us being together. Even though I told him I wasn't quite ready, things just happened so fast. It was just a favor, right? He'd been struggling and just needed some release. He deserves that. Right? Minutes pass and you keep pondering your actions, filling your brain with possible ways to continue from here with Marcus. The Grey Wolf enters the room and sees you curled under the blankets. He leans closer and puts his hands on you, drawing your attention. The touch startles you, the reaction worrying the wolf even more. Everything alright? Need something? Still undressed, you can see he changed his underwear. I'll be fine. Want something instead of coffee? I don't think caffeine would do you any good right now. Maybe some hot chocolate? We'd have to go out and get some. I think something sweet would help me calm down. Let's go get some then. As Marcus pulls some clothes from his dresser, you remember you're still wearing his clothes. Are my clothes still damp? Marcus stops and turns. A devious grin is painted on his face. I may have forgotten to activate the drying function. Of course you did. It's fine, but I hope you won't miss the hoodie. I haven't given you one. You step to the dresser and grab a hoodie that looks interesting. It's black and very soft. It has a print of some comic book characters. Come on, that's my favorite one. You better dry my clothes then, or else. You take off your shirt and put on the hoodie. I'll be hanging onto this. Alright, just don't spill anything on it. No promises. Marcus finishes putting on his clothes. He also lets you grab a jacket since you didn't bring one. Finally ready, you head out downtown to grab some breakfast. The cafeteria is only a few blocks out, so you decide to walk the short distance. On the way there, you look around the neighborhood and the bright blue sky above. The sun blesses you today with its warmth. Nice weather, huh? You turn over to Marcus, who is focusing on your surroundings, like an alpha wolf protecting its pack. Gotta dodge the remaining puddles. I don't want to get soaked by passing cars again. From the corner of his eye, he notices you staring and smiles at you warmly. You smile back. Turning the corner, you can see the spot. Without luck, you arrive at full tables and a long queue. To go? Of course. Nearing the entrance, Marcus asks you to wait outside while he places the order. Not understanding the request, but not feeling contentious, you listen to him. While waiting outside, you can't help but people watch, daydreaming about their life stories and routines. I'm sure a couple are like me, restless and often bored. Or perhaps they're always socializing. Now that I think of that, we don't have plans for today. What should we do? We could go to the mall, since last time the rain stopped us. How about the bowling alley? It's an option, although I don't know if Marcus is feeling like stepping into such a noisy place. A walk in the park? Nah, the storm probably left a mess there. We couldn't even sit under a tree without getting our butts wet. You keep considering your options for a while, until a table clears and gives you the chance to sit. You scroll your phone mindlessly for some time. No new messages today. I guess my dad isn't back yet. I wouldn't be surprised. A hand on your shoulder takes you out of your sad thoughts. Marcus is back with your food. He hands you your cup as you get up from the chair. Thanks, I'll pay you back later. Don't bother, my treat. You know that means I'll have to treat you something later. Such as dinner? Had something in mind? You take a sip of the hot chocolate. You wanted to go to the mall a few days ago. The weather is good today. You wanna go? I'd like that. How about some bowling after that? Do you want me to kick your ass again? Hey, it was my first time. I didn't even know which ball to pick. I watched some videos so I'm more prepared this time. If you say so, you learn to play with practice, not studying. Studying helps. You start your trek home to pick up the car. Do you think the arcade got new cabinets? I'm tired of the same ones every time. They better. We can head back if we get bored. Yeah, we can head home and play some co-op video games. How about a movie? My treat. Nah, no good movies have come out recently. Alright, let's at least go check which are available to watch. Then if none interest you, we head back. Sounds good? Sure, I could use a good nap. You sleepyhead? You flick a finger between his eyes and continue the walk. You arrive at Marcus's house. He heads in to grab the keys. After a button press, you open the door and sit on the comfy seats. The mall is filled to the brim. With all the holiday offers, people really took the chance to save some money. Or so it seems. You walk up to the mechanical stairs leading to the bowling alley. Going up and out of the stairs, the entrance sits in front of you. Ready for a disappointment? Always. Taking a deep breath, you open the doors. Surprisingly, you can see the brand new cabinets everywhere, the decrepit ones having been fully replaced. Walking by the many arcade cabinets, you discuss which you're going to be playing. Many of them are single-player games, but there's a few multiplayer ones, FPS, racing, zombie games. There's quite the variety. The essential basketball, hockey, and mini football games are also available. You want to try everything, but your focus now lies on the bowling alley. Reaching the counter, a worker sets the game for you both, asking for your names. Your lane is ready. Have fun. You ready to get trashed? I'm gonna shut that arrogant muzzle of yours. You? Waiting? I can't imagine that. Buena suerte. You're up first. The pins are set. You walk up to the bowling ball dispenser to choose your weapon. After choosing the perfect one, you grab it, placing your fingers in the holes. You walk back and launch the ball down the lane. The ball's got some spin to it, rolling down the middle of the lane for a few seconds. It deviates slightly to the left, knocking down 7 pins. 3 remain, close together. Marcus is silent, only smiling slightly. He's silent, probably cursing me in his head. The ball returns. You grab it, lining yourself up with the remaining pins and launch the ball again. And spare. It's a start. At least you didn't whiff your first shot. The screen above you plays a funny animation, congratulating you on your spare. Your turn, mister. I'll show you how it's done. He glares at you, giving you a wink. He closes in on the bowling ball dispenser, picking an appropriate ball for his size. He ends up on a heavier ball than yours. He positions himself, walking a few steps forward and throws. The ball follows a curve, directly aiming for the center of the pins. With the high speed it carries, it quickly reaches the pin at the front, causing a domino effect. Strike! Marcus crosses his arm, looking at you while he sits down, the flashy animation on the screen mocking you further. You say nothing. It's your turn again. You're ready to get a strike, so you grab the same ball, get in position, and prepare your throwing technique. You're ready to give it your all. Defeat. The point difference is too great. Your performance was shameful compared to his. You crouch down in shame. You feel the earlier fire within you extinguish. Marcus got 6 strikes and 2 spares, while you got a mere 3 spares. I suck at bowling. I'm not made for this. How could this be? Genetics? Is it possible for someone like me to get better? I'm a disappointment to everyone. Marcus crouches by your side. Hey, are you done, drama queen? We have more games to try. How do you do it? You mean winning? Lucas, I used to play versus my mom. She's a beast at bowling, remember? She taught you how to play? You look up to Marcus. Her record is 9 strikes in a row. She's still after her perfect game, but she's too busy to play nowadays. You need to ask her some pointers. I could teach you one of these days. Not today though, because then you'd want a rematch. He gives you another wink. A groan escapes your mouth as you get up, defeat still weighing down your spirit. You look behind you to the myriad of arcade cabinets. Fine, I admit defeat. I'll buy the tokens today. Sweet, how much cash do you have on you? Enough to get sick of the games. Let's not waste more time then. The wolf grabs your hand and drags you along. His grip is strong, you can't refuse. Not like you want to, his intense smile showing the fun he's having by your side. You don't want to admit it, but it warms your heart seeing him like this. You stop at the first machine, two plastic guns sitting on the sides. It's an FPS. The theme? Dinosaurs. You have to gun down dinosaurs? Isn't that racist? No, violent. I saw a couple dinosaurs walking by earlier. Don't overthink it. Let's just enjoy the game. You grab a pair of tokens and place it inside the coin intake. It gives you multiple credits, so you can both play. Usually these games aren't very long. Let's try to finish it on our first try. That's if our aim doesn't suck. Didn't your uncle take you to the shooting range often? That was long ago. I'm rusty now. Then this ought to bring your talent back? Yeah, as if. You make fun of his ignorance, but he pays no mind. The match starts with both players being welcomed to a natural reserve, with a tour taking them across on a safari to see the different species that inhabit the different areas. You reach the park's main lobby, and an alarm starts blaring through the place. A voiceover echoes in the room, announcing the escape of several of the park's beasts. Then another voice makes itself known, a deep and cold one, announcing their objective of going after the park staff for interfering with nature's course. Both of your characters look at each other and nod and brandish their dual pistols. The game starting, chaos descends upon the lobby in seconds. You shoot at everything that moves, while the characters assess their situation, spouting incredibly cheesy one-lines in the meantime. God, I hate when they speak like that. Aren't they fearing for their lives? Don't take it too seriously, dude. Why would someone spout these terrible jokes in the middle of a struggle to survive? You know what? I should let this dumbass die. We share lives. Don't fuck us over. My tokens, my rules. As you wish, Captain. You giggle and continue blasting the monsters. You pick up some first aid kits and better weapons that make the game way easier. Yet, munition is sparse, so you are forced to rely on your trusty pistols. Less damage and recoil, the power-ups run out. A cutscene starts where your characters walk along a long hallway. Beside you is a military vehicle with machine guns installed. Vibrations on the screen and the sound of heavy footsteps signal a giant enemy is about to attack. Said enemy crashes through a wall in the distance, spotting you. It roars, baring its fangs and charging towards you. You climb into the car and grab the machine guns. Could they have been more obvious? Compelling story isn't this game's thing. A random military person drives you while you shoot at the beast's weak points that appear so that it doesn't close in and bites your head off. Your aim worsens the more you hold the mock weapon up, your arms getting sore. I can't hold on much longer. The dinosaur takes half your entire health in one attack, surprising both of you and acting as a wake-up call to focus and not lose. What the fuck was that? He almost got us! We didn't even get to choose the difficulty. Clueless as to what's happening, the dinosaur closes in once more and takes a final fatal bite, ending your run. A countdown starts, giving you 10 seconds to insert more tokens and continue the game, but you refuse. Game over. The game resets and showcases a demo. You leave your weapons in their slots and walk along to find another game to try. A few hours go by and you start to feel nature's call. You're hungry. You've tried a lot of games, including the tabletop ones. It was fun, every game having that surrealist element to it. Whether it be the fun gameplay or absurd story, laughs and complaints were had. But I won. You had a bet. You're such a cheater. You pushed me and I couldn't play for like 5 seconds. You leave the arcade to grab some food, heading to your favorite restaurant in the area. What are you talking about? You slipped. You asshole. You're gonna pay your own food then, cheater. What? Come on, buddy. You know I love you. He slips his arm over your shoulder, pulling you close. I would never do such a thing. You know it. I am a saint. Saints are so very pure, and you defied that concept this morning. This morning's shenanigans flash in your head. Don't say it like that. You bring your hands to your face, hiding your tomato-like skin. Just for saying that, you're paying. I can't. Why not? I left my wallet in the car. Are you joking? I wish. I'm sure you're too hungry to wait for me to go back to the car and get it. You spot a mischievous grin. Saint my ass. Fine, I was gonna treat you anyways. Thank you very much, Lucas. This is why I love you so much. Marcus hugs you tightly and plants a little kiss on your cheek. What am I gonna do with you? In the corner of your eye, you spot Julia's silhouette in a shop window. You try your best to ignore her, but she glares at you intensely, speaking to you from afar. You can't understand her words, mumbling something incoherently. You put your hands in your pockets, digging your nails in your flesh in an attempt to distract yourself. Marcus spots your discomfort. He knows something is awry. Arriving at the restaurant, you look for a free table. After sitting, a waiter quickly comes over, handing you the menu. The wolf glances at you every so often, assessing your well-being. You make up your mind and call the waitress over. She takes your order and leaves for the kitchen. While waiting, you mindlessly scroll through an app on your phone, running out of things to talk about. Marcus is uneasy. With a worried expression, he asks, "Are you alright, Lucas?" You put your phone away and look through the window. You see her face on a mannequin. Yeah. Are you sure? Oh my, he's noticed, hasn't he? Shut it. Sure. I don't know, you're acting weird. Is it her? Just say yes, don't act tough. Perhaps. I knew it. You wouldn't get this mad at me for pushing you earlier. So you did push me then? No, I meant... He looks away, nervous. When was your last visit to the psychiatrist? A year and a half ago, or so. You mentioned the nightmares were back. Does that mean you see her again? Why were you avoiding him? He's lovely. We're friends. I wouldn't call those morning activities fun between friends. Can't you shut up for once? Yes, sometimes. You should go back to it. For what? He only tells me shit I already know and barely helps me. Julia went away before without me noticing. I stopped seeing her for a while and all of a sudden, she's back. Give it another chance. Maybe this time. Marcus. Both of you stay in awkward silence for a minute. You join your hands together, rubbing your thumbs in an attempt to relieve some pressure. I know you're just looking out for me, but that psychologist is a sham. He failed with my case. Maybe it's just not the way for me? And what's your plan then? Letting Julia stroll along your brain until she goes away on her own again? I know she is no longer with us, but I can't figure out why she lingers within me. The wound she left in me hasn't closed. I can't get over it. It is etched in my soul. You caressed it. He stays silent for a few moments. He can't get a certain grasp of your condition, or what caused its return. He grasps your hands with his, looking you straight in the eye, worried. Try it one more time, please. It wouldn't hurt to try, right? Ah! He's so cute I could die! You're already dead. Heh, true. You stare through him. Your heart is beating out of your chest. You nod. Fine, I'll give it one more try. It probably won't do anything for me. You free your hand from his grip and turn to look at the waitress, now bringing your piping hot food to your table. Thank you. Do you still have his contact? You should get in touch to schedule an appointment soon. I doubt it. His agenda was always filled. While the waitress sets your plates down, you pick up your phone and navigate your way to your contacts list, scrolling down to the one you hate the most. Sent, read, and seen. Does this old geezer have no life? You've ordered the carbonara pasta, while your wolf friend got a juicy steak with fries. Both look incredible. You waste no time and dig in. Your stomach is about to take control of your body. Everything looks so good. I wish I could have some. Have some? You're part of me. You get a text. Paying it no mind, you keep munching down your food. But your friend has a different plan. He grabs your phone and reads it. You don't really care since you've got nothing to hide. One of these days, I'm going to stab you if you try grabbing my phone. Not today, though. It looks like you can schedule an appointment for later today. Want to go? You sigh deeply. Whatever, let's just get it over with. Good. As a reward, I'll bake you my famous triple chocolate cookies. Your eyes shine bright upon hearing this. I think that sparked your interest. He writes a message and taps send. Welcome back, Lucas. Please, come in. Otis, your psychologist, takes a step back, letting you enter the therapy room. An otter, his unsettling black eyes and disheveled brown fur make for an unwelcoming sight. He's about the same height as you, yet he always keeps his chin way up, as if looking down on you. It bothers me immensely, subtly showcasing his arrogant personality, along all those diplomas plastered on the walls. You think as you walk into the office. How have you been? He points you to the leather sofa and you throw yourself in it. As always, the cold lingers for a few minutes. Take a guess. She's back, isn't she? He grabs a notebook and sits on another sofa across from you. You still remember? I remember it very well. I keep a file for your GP. He opens the notebook and starts writing. He hasn't even spoken to him once. I never even gave him their number. I can't stand this guy. Can we leave? Her name was Julia, right? Maybe we can stay for a little bit. He remembered my name. Why did you stop coming a year and a half ago? I was fearing the worst. Because those sessions weren't helping. They were a waste of my time and money. Shortly after ending my sessions, she stopped appearing, like I'd gotten over it. Until today. More like until a few days ago. You start to get comfy, your body heat warming the cold sofa gradually. I have some theories as to why that is. Have you been under great stress lately? Well, I almost got killed in a dingy alleyway and had to run for my life, but a burly and grumpy guy saved my butt. Does this event weigh heavy on your mind? The attack and the escape? Not at all, just 5 minutes of tough drinks and an adrenaline rush. I was thinking that this could be a psychotic break triggered by the extreme stress of that situation, but you seem to have gotten over it rather quickly. It's useless worrying about it. It only worsens my mental state. Wait, psychotic break? Let me explain. It's defined as a temporary detachment from reality, usually caused by immense and constant stress, but it can also be triggered by drug use. I'm not a drug addict, and this whole psychotic break makes no sense to me. Wouldn't this make me a danger to others? Not necessarily. All this stress and fear makes it so deliriums and hallucinations are more probable. Maybe Julia is one. Wouldn't that be nice? The body of your dear friend drags itself across the room, passing over the furniture and anything it can touch. She grabs an object, analyzes it, then puts it down again. Where are you looking? It doesn't matter. I'm trying to help you, son. You're being stubborn. You're not doing a very good job. He continues writing. He can't possibly know what it says, but surely it can't be praises. Say, have you been having those visions again? Of your past? Reliving the painful moments? Yeah, not only of the accident, but also of my time at college. Back when you and Marcus were a couple, correct? You nod. Anything else? Yes, when I was little, I was climbing up a tree to retrieve a kite. I started seeing these things after my fall. What did you see? I saw Marcus, looking at me with the saddest eyes I've ever seen. He told me he'd protect me of anything and everything. He'd do whatever he could. Was Julia present in this memory? I didn't know her at the time. I wasn't in college yet. And you recall this for no particular reason? No, yesterday I did the same thing to help some kids and I fell again. He shakes his head and writes some more notes. What if Julia is a manifestation of your desire to get back together with Marcus? What? Huh. What? Just a theory of mine. Why would you think the image of my friend wants us back together? She says mean things, insults me, and other things. Like what? That's enough details. Julia stands side by side with the otter. You jack off your friend first thing in the morning. Ain't that a beautiful beginning? She starts laughing. Julia! Fuck me, I should have stopped. Too late for regrets. I see. He adjusts his glasses with his claw. Wait, he wasn't wearing those before. Where did they come from? You're still an enigma, but I'll do my best to aid you with these delusions you're suffering from. I already know my issue. What I don't know is why she's back. I thought I was over her death long ago. How can I let her go? She's my best friend. I know I must eventually, but how? He stops writing after a few seconds. Why don't you tell me about her? What did you used to do together? You take a deep breath in an attempt to relax. It's no use being this tense. Everything, I guess. The chores, dinners, outings. We told each other our deepest secrets. You look down at your hands, clenched together tightly. You're deeply saddened. Ever since I met her, my life got better. She always wore this warm smile on her face. It made me feel like everything was gonna be fine. Even through tears, she always bore that smile. What do you miss about her? Your eyes focus on the dull white roof of the room. All of it, even her tantrums after I couldn't give my number to a cute guy. You laugh for a moment. She does the same. Each time we slept in each other's house, she had a nightmare. She always sneaked up to my bed and asked me to hug her. She was so cute. It was like hugging a stuffed animal. She had my back and I had hers. She witnessed many important events in my life, like my first kiss with Marcus. A tear flows down your cheek and Otis hands you a box of tissues. You grab one and wipe the snot and tears off your face. I wasn't ready to lose her that night. You stare at Julia's featureless crystalline image. Even with no discernible expression on her blank face, you think you briefly see a look of melancholy in her. A question instantly pops in your head. Isn't she your own subconscious? Is she really a ghost? You're still holding on to her, idealizing her and her memories. You fear not seeing her again. You fear this image you manifest vanishing one day, forgetting her forever. I will never forget her. She was a big part of my life, both good and bad. How could I forget? Even then, you're fearful of it. Your hands tremble under his deep assertion. Fear? Is that what I'm feeling? It could be. I want to keep seeing her, but I also want her to rest peacefully. What the fuck is wrong with me? What if we look for your trigger? What caused Julia to come back? Could she be protecting you from something? Protect me? I'm doing better now. There's not a single thing wrong in my life. Did you witness something? A similar incident? What do you mean? Another accident? It doesn't have to be exactly that. Something close. Say, I'm going to say it bluntly, like if someone fell and it appeared they were dying. Well, something comes to mind. Actually, yeah. Can you tell me about it? A fight, a boxing match. The man who saved me is a boxer. I went to give him my thanks, but he was preparing for a fight. At the end, got knocked out. After this, I screamed and he looked at me. Maybe this fall brought your friend back. Maybe. It's the only thing that makes sense. He nods and continues his notes. You leave the building and walk to Marcus's car. The wolf is looking at his phone. You go to the co-pilot's side, opening the door and climbing in. Well, how did it go? You put on your seatbelt and he hands you a piping hot chocolate. I got this for you. I thought it'd make you feel better. Thanks. You smile as you take the plastic cup, giving it a sip. The pleasant heat relaxes you, letting you finally sigh in relief. Could have been worse. I think I get why she's back now. You mean Julia? You don't have to tell me everything if you don't want to. You tell him everything down to each meaningless detail. The stupid theories, the magical glasses that appeared from thin air, the memories of your friend, and even his proposed solutions. You think they're not going to work, and so you won't try, deeming them a waste of your time and sanity. Marcus drives you home. It's not a long way there. And that's it. In summary, I'm still not happy with his methods and just served me to cry some tears. When you put it that way, it really doesn't seem worth your time. I booked another session just because of you. You're gonna keep at it? Your face of worry each time it happens kills me. I'll go once a week. Going daily would make me yank my heart out. We certainly don't want that. What if I rip yours out? You'd lose the softest pillow in the world. Damn it. You reach your apartment. We're here. Do you want me to stay a little longer? I think I'd rather be alone for the evening. Need some time to process everything? Yeah, I want to think about it. Hopefully you're not disappointed. Not at all. He leans in, planting a warm kiss on your forehead, caressing your cheek with his paw. If you need anything, and I mean anything, I'm here. I'll come as fast as I can. I'll even put my notifications in max volume in case you call. I know, I can always count on you. You put your hand over his, feeling the silky fur with your fingertips. You share one last smile and leave the car. Entering the building, you look back, seeing his car disappear around the corner. You're not sure if this was the best choice, but the feeling of wanting to be alone with your thoughts is strong at this time. That session with the psychologist helped more than you thought it would. You open the door to your floor, flopping yourself on the sofa with a big sigh. So, Tiger has awoken Julia in my mind again. It's likely the trigger of it, one of many possibilities, but the most probable. Could it have been the chase? No, I already made peace with those feelings. That psycho barely touched me. Should I go see Tiger? Maybe he can help me sort out my feelings. Although I know he'll refuse like the grumpy asshole he is. Maybe it's worth a try. Or it could be a complete waste of time. Damn it, Lucas. With your gaze setting its focus on the roof, you start to ponder, trying to understand everything that was heard and said. Alone. Just the two of you. Looks like an intense morning, don't you think? But what an idiot you are. You rejected him yesterday and now you... Well, I better stay quiet because I am who wrote it. But it's a bit sad that you are not alone. What are you going to do? Thanks for reaching to the end of this update and hope you want more because this story is far from over. If you want to support us, you can be a Patreon or share it with your friends. We also have a Discord server where you can talk with fans and give your comments. Hope you like it and see you next update. Okay, so those are the devs notes. Very nice. Let's go back. Is there more? Let's go back and save first. And okay, let's see if there's a little more. Okay, so that was it for day 5 of Marcus's route. I didn't know that his route would be so psychology heavy, you know, with seeing a ghost of his best friend who died. And, you know, I didn't think it would be so psychologically heavy. It's an interesting twist to the usual dating stuff of furry VNs. But I like the dynamic between Lucas and Marcus. You know, I like the dynamic of two best friends who are entering a relationship, but I don't know if they will enter a relationship since Lucas has some reservations about it. So that's it for now. Those are my thoughts on this update. So if you guys like that, I hope you can leave me a like on this video and maybe subscribe if you haven't yet. And I want you guys to take some time to appreciate something in your life today. And I will see you on the next Let's Read. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!